Bitcoin broke through a significant level of resistance this week, rising more than 10% in price on rumors of the spot ETF approval. Should you buy this rumor and sell the news? Is the bull market back, or is another retrace coming soon? Today on Token Trader TV, we'll review the biggest Web3 headlines that are affecting the market. We'll look at the price action for a few major cryptocurrencies through technical analysis. We'll hear from CryptoCalyow about how a new alt season may be on the horizon because of Bitcoin dominance. And I'll describe what Bitcoin dominance is and how you can use it to allocate your portfolio. Now, quick disclaimer. My name's Caelan Huntress. And in case you're wondering, who is this clown? I'll admit, I'm an amateur. This is not advice. It is education and entertainment. Do your own research, make good choices, and be skeptical. I'm not making these videos to tell you about how to invest. I'm making these videos to teach my kids about token trading. So if you'd like to join us, come along. So the big news this week is that Bitcoin went up more than 10% in price. I think it was about 16% on this candle. We started this weekly candle just below 30,000, and we went as high as 35,000. Now, the reason why we had this big move up is because there was a lot of rumors about the Bitcoin spot ETF. And the spot ETF is when people in the stock market can invest in Bitcoin through an exchange-traded fund. And this will purchase Bitcoin, reduce the supply, and increase the price when this happens. Eric Balchunas on X said the iShares Bitcoin Trust has been listed on the DTCC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which clears NASDAQ trades. And the ticker will be Cash IBTC. Again, all part of the process of bringing an ETF to market. So what this means is BlackRock actually has some of the paperwork in place. And after he tweeted this, so many people went to the DTCC website that it crashed the website. They took this listing down and put it back up, and it caused a lot of speculation, including from Matrixport. They said that the Bitcoin spot ETF approval from BlackRock could catapult the price of Bitcoin to $56,000. Now, the reason why this would happen is because institutional money would move in and take these big endowments where they're currently only investing in stocks and bonds and commodities, and it would allow them to get exposure to cryptocurrency. And so when a lot of institutional money comes in, we're going to see a lot of price action increase. So much so that, as Gout said on X, the crypto bros sitting at the Thanksgiving dinner table this year, we're going to be looking like that is the plan. Over on Yahoo Finance, they said that SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced former CEO of FTX, the bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange, that he's testifying this week, but with no jury. And the reason why, Judge Lewis Kaplan said he couldn't rule on whether elements of the testimony would be admissible without first hearing it himself, effectively turning Thursday's proceedings into a practice run. Now, this is really interesting because we're going to be hearing a lot from Sam Bankman-Fried. Some of it will be admissible in court and some of it won't. But either way, we are now seeing FTX sending funds to Binance. They may be preparing for the repayment of creditors, according to CoinMarketCap. They said that the collapsed crypto exchange FTX has initiated the transfer of $8.6 million worth of Ethereum, Chainlink, Aave, and Maker tokens to Binance. And what this means is that a lot of people who were holding coins in FTX during the collapse, they may be eligible to reclaim some of that, depending on how things go. And the fact that they're moving funds to Binance shows that they may be ready to do that. So let's take a look at the charts. Now, when Bitcoin had this huge move up, it was really a surprise. It took everybody by surprise. I personally was saying, hey, I think it is time to short Bitcoin. Over on TradingView, you can follow my ideas on TradingView at Token Trader TV. But sometimes I do make wrong predictions, like with this one. I took a look at this trend line, which starts way back at the beginning of the year, when Bitcoin was at $16,000 in price. It moved up to $25,000 and retraced to 19. It moved up to $30,000 and retraced to 24. And it moved up again to 32 almost. And then when it came back to this line of resistance, it broke through it. So my theory was, and a lot of traders thought, that we might retrace to this yellow line and then go lower. We were expecting all-time lows. As I said in this idea published on TradingView, if you were a massive financial institution who wanted to get into Bitcoin through an ETF, wouldn't you want to depress the price before moving in? If there is such a thing as price manipulation in the Bitcoin market, and there are people who can modify the price, if there's market makers who can do things to make the price go up and down, I was expecting, and many people were expecting, that they would probably make the price go down before the ETF approval so they could get more bang for their buck. But I was proven wrong, as many others were. A lot of liquidated shorts were called. So I'm going to switch over here to the daily chart. Now keep this yellow trend line in mind. This is that same massive trend line that goes all the way back to the first of the year. And it went huge up through it, more than 10% in a day. And it hit 35,000. If we go to the hourly chart, I'll have to scroll back a little bit, but we could see what it does in this yellow line. As soon, oops, went too far. And I'm going to expand this a little bit so we could see it better. Now, as soon as it broke through, a lot of people had their stop losses set. And they said, you know, if it gets up to $32,000, my short, where I make money if Bitcoin goes down, I'm going to exit this trade at $32,000. Some people might have been at such high leverage that they were liquidated out of their shorts. And when you're liquidated out of a short, you have to buy back the token at the market price to cover your short. And so all of that buying spiked Bitcoin up until it just about tagged $35,000. Now, the good news is when it came back down, the price action stayed up. It didn't go all the way back to this line of resistance. It wasn't, a real brief candle. We had some good volume. And so I think that this price level is here to stay. My theory that Bitcoin was going to go further down before it went up, that theory has been nullified. I don't think that the probabilities state that it's going to go below this line around 31,500. Now, this is my perspective. I'm not giving you advice. I'm not telling you how to invest. I'm just sharing you what I see in looking at the charts. As you know, when Bitcoin moves, all the other altcoins moves, sometimes in tandem, and sometimes they just move in their wake. This is the Ethereum chart. And it also had this big move up. It went outside the Bollinger Bands. It's been staying above the 200-day moving average until about a day later, and then it went below. XRP also had, all the altcoins had to move up. It was a bit, but XRP was already up near its own level of resistance. So let me go from the hourly chart over to the daily chart here. Get my chart set up here. Here we go. So this first big green candle, it went up. And then this second big green candle, this was just a few days ago when Bitcoin had its 10% move. XRP's wasn't as high. If I look at the Ethereum chart, it was much bigger. If I look at the Solana chart, this was not as big because Solana was already at its upper level of resistance. This faint blue line, this is the Bollinger Band. And it was already high enough that there wasn't enough buying pressure. And so what's interesting about the comparison between Bitcoin and the altcoins is how it affects Bitcoin dominance. There's a great follow that I have over on X, and his name is CryptoCalyow. Excellent insight. He's always talking about the markets. He's a great person to follow. He says that Bitcoin dominance has continued its surge higher, but I have a feeling it's getting close to topping out. Bitcoin dominance is the share of the cryptocurrency market that Bitcoin has versus all the other altcoins. He says that it's currently up against resistance from the fall 2018 to spring 2019 range base. And a few months prior to the 2020 halving, we also saw a shift where Bitcoin dominance made a local top and alts started to run. This opened up the doors for DeFi summer. If you were in crypto then, you know how much fun DeFi summer was. If you haven't already, he says it's time to stack high conviction plays. And in this chart he shares, he's got the halving in the center from 2022 and how Bitcoin dominance went down. Now, let me flip over to the Bitcoin dominance chart so you could see what this means. I'm here on TradingView's homepage, and under products, I'm going to go to screeners and then go to crypto coins. All right. Now, what the crypto coins does is it lists all of the crypto tokens in order of their market cap. To determine a market cap of a token, which here Bitcoin currently has a $667 billion market cap. And the market cap is a multiple of the current price times the circulating supply. There's 19 million Bitcoins in existence. And when you multiply that 19 million Bitcoins times the current price of $34,000, you get a market cap of $667 billion. And every token has a market cap because every token has a circulating supply, like Toncoin here, it's got 3.4 billion tokens. And the price is $2.12. When you multiply those together, you get the market cap of $7.2 billion. And so this chart is sorted in order of market cap. Bitcoin has the largest market cap, then Ethereum, then Tether, then BNB, and so on. And there's another great way to visualize this. Again, in the TradingView menu, I'm going to go to screeners. And instead of going to crypto pairs, I'm going to go down to the heat maps section and go to crypto. And then I get a heat map. And what this heat map does is it shows you visually how big the market caps are of all these different coins. Bitcoin's market cap is the biggest, so that's why it has the biggest rectangle here. Followed by Ethereum, the second biggest. And this is the size of the market cap for Ethereum, followed by Tether and BNB. And you notice how these squares get sequentially smaller. It's because their market caps get bigger. The entire market cap of crypto is this entire chart. And then all of the portions of who's got the biggest market cap is shown by the size of these rectangles. Now, there's also a chart you can go to on TradingView. You know, you can look at the price of Bitcoin and see the candlesticks move where, here I am on the daily chart. And so this is the moves of the Bitcoin price action day to day. But you can also look at Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to type in BTC.D. And this gives me the Bitcoin dominance chart. And what this does is it tells me how much market cap Bitcoin has as compared to the rest of the market. And right now it is at 54%. That's how much of Bitcoin there is compared to all of crypto. So that screener that I was just looking at, this size is 54%. And you can look at the Ethereum dominance and Tether dominance and all of those. But the reason why we pay attention to Bitcoin dominance is because it helps us find alt season. If you've never heard this term alt season before, you're in for a treat. You know, Bitcoin is like a whale. When the price of Bitcoin moves, it causes waves and the other tokens move in its wake. And Bitcoin dominance is a measure of how big this whale is in the pool. I'm coming over to the monthly chart here for Bitcoin dominance, and you can trade this just like any other chart. Using technical analysis, you can see lines of support and resistance. You can see patterns like the head and shoulders pattern, the dojis. You can see things in the candlestick chart that let you know that things are likely to move in one direction or another. And what CryptoCalyow has done is he's identified this level of support and resistance right here at about 53%. And back in June of 2021, we went below 53% and we haven't risen above it ever since. And so there's a lot of resistance here. If we go up to 53%, it's going to be hard to break through that. And so if Bitcoin dominance goes down, as CryptoCalyow predicts here, then that means altcoins will go up. And they will go up at a faster rate than Bitcoin will. Now that's the technical analysis side of this. The fundamental analysis is, well, the spot ETF could be approved. And if the Bitcoin spot ETF is approved and all of this institutional money in the stock market wants to move in through the ETF, we might see another surprise blow off in this chart, just like we did this week in the price. Everybody could be saying this is a solid level of resistance, and then it moves right through it and goes really high. And so if you're a believer in alts and you want to buy some alts, now could be a good time to do it because alts could rise faster than Bitcoin itself because of the technical analysis of this chart. However, if you are looking at the fundamental analysis, Bitcoin dominance could go through the roof. I mean, a while ago, at the beginning of 2021, it was 72%. And so if Bitcoin had 72% dominance over all the other coins, it could be because a lot of other tokens or a lot of other money is moving into Bitcoin as opposed to the alts. So I don't know which way it's going to go. I can make some guesses, but just like anything else I share on this channel, it's only a guess. Thanks for watching this episode. If you liked this video, please press the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. After you leave a comment with the answer to this question, are we in a new bull market? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Is crypto going up or going down before the end of 2023? Share your thoughts in a comment and I'll see you next time. Have fun out there.